So thank you for coming. Just to kind of set the stage on why we're doing what we're doing. In the state of Texas, all public school districts are required to teach TEKS. That's TEKS. And what those are Texas Essential Knowledge and Skills, which are our standards that we're required by law to teach. Okay, so the state governs that for everyone. And then what local school districts do is they decide how they're going to teach, what lessons, what teacher PD, what assessments, what interventions they're going to provide to support those standards. Does that make sense so far? Okay, so what we do in Frisco is one of the great things, and I've been in the math department for 6 years, and it's just such a fabulous place to be because we do use research for all of our decision making. And so some of the research that we use is from the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, that's NCTM. We use that. We use John Vanderwall's research. We use the National Science Association's research. And what we do, and First Steps in Mathematics, that's an extensive training that they've all been through. And so what we do is we synthesize all of that research, and then that is our philosophy of how we're going to teach. And quite honestly, if you've helped your kids with homework, you know that the strategies and the content and the problem solving is different. I was doing some reading last night, and when we were in math class, the answer or the blank computation problems, that was our end goal. Well, kids today, they're faced with massive amounts of problem solving. And that's just because of our state standards. We have to face that, and so we have to find best ways to address that. So that's why in Frisco, we teach conceptually first. And what that means, it's making the connections, seeing the patterns, seeing the relationship, why addition's tied to subtraction, but it's also tied to multiplication. And seeing how those work. And then once they have the understanding, they apply that to more procedural type mathematics, which is, I hate to say steps, but that's you can probably get a pretty clear picture in your mind what I'm talking about. It's more the procedural, how we work things out. And I would try to encourage you when you go through the stations today, the problem with all of us is that we've all been educated. So we have all of these ideas in our head, and 8-year-olds don't. So while it might seem very confusing to us at times, and it might be confusing to them sometimes, they are just starting to form their connections. So we really want to try to lay that foundation as solid as possible so that they can have success all throughout high school. Okay? And also, if you're interested, I don't think there's a link to it on the PowerPoint, but on our elementary math webpage, on the Frisco webpage, there are some resources for our research. There are the state standards, okay? And there's some information about STAR as well. So, thank you guys.